latest 2021 report of the United Nations, every individual in the world produces an average of 7.6 kg of e-waste, resulting in a total of 57.4 million tons of e-waste globally. In India, the Central Pollution Control Board, also known as CPCB, annual report revealed that around 7.71 lakh tons of e-waste were produced in 2018 to 2019, which increased to 10.14 lakh in 2019 to 2020, marking an increase of about 31%. With this much e-waste generated, it is essential that proper management of e-waste takes place to ensure it does not negatively impact the health of human beings and the environment. The most commonly used way to manage e-waste is recycling. But nowadays, a cheaper and more sustainable way of managing e-waste is introduced and is known as refurbishment. Welcome to Interclimate guys. My name is Diksha Khetani. Today in this video I'll be discussing about how to obtain e-waste business license for refurbishing. Sit back and watch the complete video to know about this important topic in detail. So let us begin. As I told you that refurbishment is more sustainable than recycling. So let's discuss this process in detail. Refurbishment, as defined under E-Waste Management Rules 2016, is the process that improves the quality of used electrical and electronic equipment, also known as Triple E, as listed under Schedule 1. It is done for the extension of lifespan of the products. A person who carries whole refurbishment process of e-waste is called a refurbisher. So before getting into details of the refurbishment process, let us know about the categories of the e-waste produced in India. Accordingly, there are 5 categories. First, the telecom sector, which accounts for 12% of the e-waste annually. Second, the government and private sectors contributing to 75% of e-waste annually. Third, computer devices contribute around 70% of the e-waste yearly. Fourth, the household sector accounts for 16% of the e-waste per year. Fifth, medical equipment and used devices constitute 8% of the e-waste generated annually. Let us now move on to know the importance of refurbishing. In many scenarios, refurbishing is preferred over recycling because of the many advantages that refurbishing has over recycling, such as refurbishing and reusing electric and electronic equipment uses less energy and resources than recycling. Refurbishing and reusing reduces the need for raw material, reducing the waste and pollution caused by obtaining those resources. Lastly, the recycling process is expensive, whereas the refurbishment process is relatively cheaper. Now you must be wondering about the responsibilities of a refurbisher. So let's take that topic in detail. Some of the duties and responsibilities of the refurbisher include: a refurbisher is responsible for keeping track of e-waste management and submitting the documents to the relevant authorities for examination. Refurbisher must file an annual return before 30th June to the concerned State Pollution Control Board succeeding the year to which the return relates. The refurbisher must also collect e-waste manufactured during the refurbishment process and transfer it to an approved recycler and dismantler. Refurbisher should ensure that their refurbishment operation is not harming the environment while the process of storing and transportation of e-waste is under process. It is the duty of the refurbisher to ensure that the business is not endangering public health and the environment. The refurbisher must maintain a record of e-waste handled in Form 2, making it available to the appropriate authorities for scrutiny. Moving ahead, let's talk about the requirements for acquiring refurbished business. Refurbishment is proven to be more advantageous than e-waste recycling process because it not only decreases electronic waste but also significantly improves the product and increases the life cycle of EEE. Before starting a refurbishment business, an applicant has to keep particular standards in mind. Firstly, the refurbisher needs to have adequate space and the land where all the e-waste can be accumulated. After that, the refurbisher should have an enclosed area located in the establishment. Then, the refurbisher also needs functioning equipment required for the refurbishment process. At last, the business also needs a skilled and well informed workforce. The premises of the refurbishing business should have water resistant surfaces and impermeable roofing. General rules dictate that refurbisher of the capacity of 1 ton per day shall require a minimum of 150 square meters area for the temporary storage of e-waste generated, space for the refurbished triple E and refurbishing. Now let us quickly tick off the list of the documents required in acquiring e-waste business license for refurbishing. While filing for a refurbishment license, a refurbisher has to submit several attested documents like PAN card, certificate of incorporation, TIN details, sales deed, rent agreement, electricity bill, SPCB PCC issued consent to establish under the Air and Water Prevention and Control Pollution Act 1981. SPCB and PCC issued consent to operate under the Air and the Water Prevention and Control Pollution Act 1981. Authorization certificate approved by the DIC, also known as District Industries Center or any other competent agency. Memorandum of Association, partnership deed if applicable, layout map of business premises, photo ID proof of business owner address proof, Aadhaar card. Next, we will be discussing the procedure for acquiring e-waste business license for refurbishing. The procedure for acquiring this license from the State Pollution Control Board is regulated by E-Waste Management Rules 2016. The process of registration or application involves the refurbisher to obtain e-waste business license for refurbishing needs to register through the official online portal and fill out Form 1A of E-Waste Management Rules 2016. This application is submitted along with the verified documents and applicable fees. For tracking the status of the application, a unique application number may also be provided. After the form is filled, the refurbisher must submit the mandatory documents, after which the application is reviewed by the concerned personnel of the State Pollution Control Board for verification and authentication. In case there are any inconsistencies in the submitted application or the documents are sent back to the applicant for the rectification. In the end, if no problem is found and all the documents are verified, the authentication license is granted. Also, If the refurbisher needs to sell the refurbished electric and electronic equipment, he is required to acquire EPR authorization from the Central Pollution Control Board or State Pollution Control Board. Any refurbisher must obtain EPR certificate before selling any refurbished EEE. Well, by now you have learned a lot about the refurbishment business. You will also agree that refurbishment not only decreases the accumulation of e-waste but also increases the product's life cycle, which is more sustainable and better for the environment. But for establishing e-waste business for refurbishing, refurbisher must fulfill all the requirements mandated under the e-waste management rules 2016. So this was all about e-waste business license for refurbishing. If you found the video interesting, don't forget to like and share it. Also, do subscribe our channel for watching more such informative videos. Thank you.